What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for another week of news, nerds, and all four people being here this week.
Hey!
Look at us. Who knew?
I am Jason the X. I hope everybody enjoys what they're hearing because we have had a lot of help to get to this point, and we appreciate everything that he's done. Anyway, I am Jason the X. I don't do this thing alone. That's Kat.
Hi.
Your hair looks nice.
Thank you.
That matches your eye makeup.
I did it purple because it's Halloween time.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Nah, we hate Halloween.
Over there's Cass, and if you watch the intro,
My name is Cass.
if you watch the teaser for tonight's episode, go to hell. Go straight to hell.
I was just standing
Straight to jail.
there. I was
Straight to jail.
minding my own business.
Minding your own business. Okay, genuine jump scare. Y'all got to see it.
Yep.
Over there, turning knobs, tweaking everything, along with our good friend Ben. It's Cora.
Hello. I have a lot of weird facts, and Jason's mad that I share them. But where else am I going to share them?
Stay awake at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning thinking up the scrap.
Who doesn't?
No,
That's
I
not
just
how
retain
facts work.
weird knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Like it's illegal to put an ice cream cone in your pocket in some states.
As it should be.
As it should be.
Let me get you on something.
Put it in your
Cora,
wallet,
as
like
an
a
outside
stylish
opinion,
person.
how was Transformers 1?
It was really good.
There is a review on the channel and the website. Please go check out Transformers 1. It was very good. And while you're over there, check out a review of The Penguin Show, which apparently is surprisingly good.
I actually did it. I wread a review. You're
Very
welcome,
good.
everyone.
But
Yeah.
Really?
Especially for two people that hated the Batman.
Oswald Cobblepot sucks.
We were very pleasantly surprised by the Penguin. Kristen Milioti can get it at any point.
We're not just surprised by her.
No,
We're
she's amazing.
pleased, as always, by her and her just... She drips with tension and mania just in the pilot. I'm looking forward to it. Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
I've said my piece on Transformers 1, but I honestly, I'll stand by the one opinion. It is one of the best Transformers movies ever made.
I'm excited to see
Even the
it.
1984.
I was going to ask, how high is that bar?
1986 Transformers, when Jason was 8 years old, was pretty impactful.
Fair.
This movie, and I'll tell you right now, I had tears of joy afterwards.
Okay.
I was surprised that it had a plot that was actually good because I'm used to Michael Bay's movies that didn't have anything good except...
That is also what I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
I mean, Megan Fox in the OG was something good.
Okay, Megan Fox, but she...
This has nothing to do with the movie.
But, yeah.
Good character development in this movie. I definitely...
Oh, she didn't have that.
No.
A lot of people complain like some of the humor in the trailer kind of threw off the movie. No, the humor was there to offset some very dark moments of this movie.
Yeah,
So-
the humor is expertly placed, and the characters that are the comic relief know when to shut up.
And take that,
That is
Ragnarok.
a rarity
Yeah.
in modern cinema.
Yeah, but honestly, definitely a really great movie. But it's not making the numbers at the box office because even though it's very highly rated,
And has
Not a
kind
lot.
of a star-studded cast, doesn't it?
oh yeah, not a lot of people in the theater. We went on a Saturday to the Alamo Draft House. Not a lot of people there.
I will say I'm very much in the nerd space. Aside from your kind of pitching it and talking about it, I've only seen a couple of advertisements. I think it's being very poorly advertised, which I will talk about something else later that is also being poorly
Good lead-in.
advertised.
And in that vein, Mia, who was already wanting to go see it,
Yeah.
her boyfriend actually took her telling him to skip the trailer before videos constantly because she's been getting a ton of them. He took that as a lack of interest in the movie.
Did he go see it without her?
No. I think he was going to, and then realized no, she wants to go see it, forgetting that he bought her several Transformers as like courting gifts.
Aw. I love a good old-fashioned courtship with some Transformers.
Yeah,
It's truly romantic.
but it's really good.
I've yet to experience that kind of romance in my life. My wife really don't give a damn.
She's
Anyway.
not going to get you a Transformer because she knows you've already bought it.
It's very hard. It's very hard for her to pick something out. But anyway,
What do you buy for
Literally,
the man
yeah.
who has every toy?
more toys. You just gotta be more creative. Anyway, so yeah, go check out some reviews. Also, a review of the Hiya Toys Judge Dredd figure, which is over there. It's a very nice Very nice piece.
Yep.
Definitely worth picking up.
Judge Dredd figure
That is-
showing
that is-
here.
Okay, that's just an insult to you because you play D&D.
Sorry, Judge
Which-
Dredd
Also, quick.
showing.
Oh my God!
here.
Stop.
I mean, beholders do fill me with dread.
Yeah.
Just stop. Okay, you don't have to. Oh my God. Anyway.
I.
So speaking of D&D characters.
Actually, I think you got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I knew it was this.
Oh.
one.
Yeah, she knows. She just messing with me. Anyway, speaking of D&D, Saturday on the channel, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Central Time, we will be doing another episode of our D&D campaign as we go to Toronto. We all good for Saturday, right? We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Come watch Octavia embarrass herself in front of yet another crush.
Oh, I have a plan to embarrass Octavia.
Yay!
Make it happen.
Oh, goody. I like when characters get embarrassed and aren't mine.
So fun.
All right.
Bronna might be kind of embarrassed too.
So we got all this intro stuff out of the way. Y'all ready to do this thing?
I'm ready to do this thing.
All right, well, then let's kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news.
Characters get embarrassed.
A rare Cass L.
You're going to die.
The audio is not usually me. This week, Sony released their State of Play,
Ooh.
which is happens roughly every 6 months. There's one in May, another one in September. I don't think we're getting another one until like March, April-ish. There's a couple of things that we wanted to talk about kind of collectively. We all had several things that we were excited about. One thing that I wanted to highlight real quick is Blumhouse Games is releasing its first title. If you're familiar with Blumhouse, they put out 2/3 of the horror movies in the last 15 years have been from Blumhouse. This is their first game released for the PlayStation 4, 5, and on Xbox as well. It's called Fear the Spotlight, and it looks pretty good. I will say it's an older style. It's definitely not a AAA game, but it looks just fun. And this was definitely like a spookier State of Play. There were a lot of horror games that I was really excited about. There's one other one that I thought was The Midnight Walk, an entirely claymation animated video game, which is buck wild.
Been a while since we went there.
Yeah.
Now, is it... I'm assuming it's like digital claymation and not
I think it
actual
was
claymation.
I haven't done enough research to see like how much of it was like inspired by claymation and how much. I think they built it in claymation and then digitized it and animated it from there. I think is what happened.
Okay.
Nearly
'Cause that's-
impossible, I would think, to do a video game.
Well, as long as
It was very set cameras.
Yeah.
As long as we're in the vein of horror, I mean, the sequel to Alan Wake. Finally.
Yes,
Lake House. Oh,
looked quite good.
I mean, the first people have been screaming for the sequel to Alan Wake. So
Yeah.
y'all got it. I mean, y'all aren't as loud as Core on Suikoden, but I'm just gonna say,
No one's as loud as me on...
nice try.
There's also one called Hell Is Us that I thought looked really
Dude.
interesting.
I mean, that's the title alone sounds interesting.
Yeah, third person action adventure that I thought was really good. There's another one called Metro Awakening that was like I think all of the horror games looked at least like something I want to check out, if not deeply invest in.
Horror games have this like 3-year cycle, it seems like, where there's a bunch of good ones and then there's like none at
Nothing.
all.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of good ones. I think what happens is every time they start doing like another Resident Evil, like news starts going around about a new Resident Evil, they're like, oh, we gotta make a horror game. It's wild. But a lot of good looking ones coming out.
I mean, if we want to keep going, we got. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna on the state of like horror games. I really think that the indie scene for horror games has had an influence on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, I watched one today that was an indie horror game. You as a player do almost nothing as far as like gameplay goes, but the story in it was interesting.
Yeah.
And I think developers are taking that to heart that, oh, Yeah, and it can be visually stunning, but the story is what they want.
Yeah.
They're relearning what we already knew.
Well, it's kind of weird because it's hard to apply the logic of movies specifically in gaming to horror in ways that other things work. Like children's movies are the highest grossing usually movies, and you can translate that to video games. If it's video games that children can play, horror movies are the cheapest movies to make usually, and the return on investment is the highest. The Purge, they made for like almost $1 million the first one, and it returned like 129 million. Now that's inordinately successful,
Yeah.
but those kinds of numbers can be seen in horror movies. When you go over to games, like it's not that much cheaper to
They're
make a
still
horror
very expensive.
game.
Yeah.
We're getting back to the state of play. Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Love a Dynasty
mean,
Warriors game.
Just a game that I will just throw the money at you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Shut up and take my money.
Dragon Age Velguard looks really good. I'm sorry. Dragon Age the Velguard.
Yeah.
But like some of the ones I'm excited about, the remakes, Soul Reaver, finally we're getting Soul Reaver on PlayStation.
That's the one that shocked me.
Just out of left field.
Yeah, I'm not upset by it by any means. I love the Soul Reaver games.
Yeah.
I want Legacy of Kain. But then, Horizon. You get to go back to Horizon. Yes, I'll play through it again. Shut up. I will play through it. I don't care.
I don't know. It's a remaster. I like it. I think it looks pretty. I'm a little bit concerned that they reshot some of the cutscenes, given that there's one very prominent character that you cannot shoot new scenes with. And I'm not super happy that they doubled the price for a remaster. Or you can pay, if you already have it, you can pay $10 to get the upgrade.
Okay, cool. I'll just do that. But
I do play a game with myself sometimes during these where I try and figure out if within the first few seconds of a trailer, if it's a franchise, if I can recognize it. I will say with the Hitman game, it was like 4 seconds in. I was like, I know what this is.
I'm kind of interested in Hitman VR. Monster Hunter Wild. I'm a Monster Hunter fan. Like it's
That's
like
your
I'm
game.
literally wearing a Rathalos bracelet. I'm freaking in. But I'm avoiding one because I want Kat to go into great detail about this game.
I'm going to go into some detail, and then I wanted to get your thoughts, specifically knowing you're a big fan. We heard some about Ghost of Yotei. I looked it up. This is in the Ghost of Tsushima franchise, which I know. How did you feel about Ghost of Tsushima?
Played 100% of that game. Got every medal. Basically, if you can play a game till the wheels fall off, that's how much I played Ghost of Tsushima. I literally did everything that you could in the game and visited every part of the map, and the same with the DLC.
You played it like I played God of War 2018.
No, I lived Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
So this one, yes, baby.
This one is kind of a surprise. It's not continuing the story of Jin Sakai. Instead, it's going forward, I think a few hundred years, and introduces a new female Ronin. Her name is Atsu. And a lot of people have feelings about the fact that they're not continuing the story of Jin.
Okay.
And to those people, shut the fuck up.
No.
No, I get it.
Look, I can't crap on Jin. He was one of my favorite characters. I did love his story. But the same people are making this game. Okay.
It's not shut up, but I am mad about something that is happening. Erika Ishii, who is voicing...
Mother. Oh.
Yeah.
And who's wonderful.
Who's a very good friend of ours.
Yeah.
Who we met briefly once for like 5 seconds and took a picture with us, is voicing Atsu. She's had to block so many people. Stop hating on performers. Has nothing to do with them. And like, I can't blame her for seeing this role and being like, yes, please. She's going to be incredible. And it is the same team. The ex-Sony executive, Sean Layden, said, one, it's game, entertainment. the team of creators believe in it. They wanted to make this. 2, it's a game. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Like, has already come out and been like...
Yeah, just stop with that,
Simple
guys.
as that.
Just play the game, okay?
I will say there's legitimate times that sometimes a game's not for you. But if you loved the first one, like, give yourself a chance to love this one. They work very hard on these things.
I will say, when we first got a glimpse of it, I heard that Erika Ishii was rumored. And I was like, oh, why is that? Was there maybe some kind of leak or something? Is that why people think that it's Erika Ishii? And then I watched the trailer and I was like, oh, is it because it looks exactly like
Is
her?
it because that's her face?
Is it
and I
because
recognize
that's just
her
Erika's face? And then, yeah, obviously they announced it. Of course it's Erika.
The first one, like, the first one and Monster Hunter are both things that I want to get to that I really haven't yet. I will play this one if I have a reason to look at her face for like 25 hours of a game. They didn't even have to make it a good game, but I'm sure it will be.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to sell me on the same mechanics of Ghost of Tsushima, but I get to hear Erika Ishii talk.
I
Yeah.
love her voice.
Like, y'all gonna have, you know what? When is this game coming out? Just out of curiosity.
2025 is all they've said, I
All right.
think.
We're gonna have to block out 2 weeks. No show, no nothing. Actually, y'all can be in here and doing the show. I will be here, but
I
I
fully
will be in the land of Japan.
believe you because with Ghost of Tsushima, you were doing nothing else. Like,
Yeah.
we'd hit you up and be like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm playing. It's like, hey, are your kids okay in bed?
What kids?
He's like, they know where to find me.
It was just such a gorgeous game, though.
It
And
is very
I
pretty.
mean, besides, just it hit on all cylinders. So that's why it was a joy to play.
Yeah.
Like, it was beautiful.
I am wondering if Ubisoft is regretting that they pushed back their Japanese
Trust
game
me,
to
we're going to
February.
talk. We are going to talk about Ubisoft a little bit later
Okay.
on. Mhm. I got a couple of slides on Ubisoft tonight.
All right.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's really, we don't have a ton of details. That's mostly what we
Early
had.
days.
Yeah, it's early days. They haven't even said what season of next year. It's expected on PlayStation 5 2025.
Yep.
Well, then I should go on to Ubisoft then.
Yeah.
I have a game from State of Play before you can move on to
Oh.
Ubisoft. Because I am the person that I am. Of course, the game that... Oh, no, this wasn't from State of Play. I'm sorry. It was just an announcement. So, you may go on to Ubisoft.
Okay. Well, big news. I got to get myself
We're
going
going to
here
cut that
again.
out. Are we live? Oh, shit.
We are.
Oh boy.
We're gonna do it live anyway. So recently, Ubisoft has made a lot of news because they realized that perhaps we rushed Star Wars Outlaws, considering a lot of people have complained about certain bugs in the game. It's one of the things that I had to ding the game on that I couldn't give it a higher rating. I have finished Star Wars Outlaws, by the way, still playing it, and honestly, I'm kind of at the point where y'all need to give me a K-Vest and ND5 action figure, and don't forget Nyx. Do not forget Nyx. Anyway, solid game, but Ubisoft had to come out recently and give a little bit of news. I have to, excuse me, find those images because I got thrown off by Cora. But if you could just throw those up, please, I'll start reading in where they're promising that maybe we did rush things along and we would like to give you guys a better experience. So they addressed us. Outlaws, you've been roaming the Outer Rim for almost a month now. We want to thank you again for your support. Your feedback is invaluable in helping us prioritize the improvements and changes we will make to the game. We're hard at work creating multiple title updates which will bring optimization, gameplay polishing, and tweaks as well as quality of life changes, including adjustments to combat and stealth gameplay. That's not all. Our very first story pack, Star Wars Outlaws Wildcard, will also launch on November 21st and see Kay and Nyx infiltrate a high-stakes sabacc tournament where they will face off against the legendary Lando Calrissian. In addition, new context will be added for free for all players. For our PC players, we're also thrilled to announce the game will be available on Steam starting November 21st. Thank you for being part of this journey, and stay tuned for more updates soon. Now, I would have taken this game later had you just made the improvements. We have said that. I am fully in support of studios saying, let's pull it back until it's perfect. What happened was it got out there and it was doing well, but not quite there. You know, like 8 out of 10 reviews. So now they're going to revisit that, which, okay, good. A chance to make some improvements, give me a couple extra things, great. But this has also caused Ubisoft to say, we're going to push back the newest Assassin's Creed game to February now, which everyone should have really seen this coming because a lot of the ad campaigns for it dropped off, and we weren't hearing a lot about it for a game that was going to be coming here in a month during the big game season, of course. So Outlaws is getting some improvements, and Assassin's Creed is being pushed back so that improvements can be made. I am all for this. But also, you have to notice that Ubisoft is paying attention to a lot of people are really liking Steam games. In fact, Steam is accounting for a lot of gameplay these days. So them returning to getting these games out there at the same time as Steam is a very smart idea. But yeah, improvements coming to Star Wars Outlaws, a game I did like. Assassin's Creed pushed back a little bit. I'm okay with this. Even though I'm finished with Star Wars Outlaws, there's so much more stuff to do.
Yeah.
And Lando is a dirty card cheat in all of these games. Seriously. And all of the little Easter eggs all through the game. This was a labor of love. Also, gorgeous game. I will die on that hill. This is a beautiful game. And I can feel what they wanted to do, but I would have let this cook for another 2 months. I honestly wouldn't let them go back for just a little bit longer. And honestly, if they push Assassin's Creed back, even after February, yeah, I'm okay with that. As long as they're making the improvements. Don't put out a buggy game.
Yeah, well, and they have a reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft has a pretty bad reputation of putting out buggy games, so I'm really not surprised that they delayed Assassin's Creed after Outlaws.
Well, they had a very rough investors call as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It is very funny to me that Ghost of Yotai was announced right after they announced that. That's very funny to me because in a lot of ways Ghost of Tsushima is better Assassin's Creed, and I'm assuming the next one will be as well.
That is a very. Why would you say something?
We know.
Why would you say something so?
We know.
So controversial. Yet so bold.
We know how this goes. We understand the quality of game that we're talking about, and so do they. But yeah, I'm really not surprised that they.
The thing that is disturbing to me is there are rumors that they're delaying it because of anti-DEI it's a backlash that they've gotten because a good number of Outlaws reviews appeared to be review bombing because they're mad at Ubisoft.
I like that. I actually was looking at someone on the Reddit for Star Wars Outlaws that was saying besides being female focused, this is a really good game. Shut up, dude. You cannot use that as a cut down because Kay pretty much does everything. Also deleting comments on my review. But you saw that.
Matter.
You saw that one, yeah. Give me decent feedback. I think they're just trying to maybe we can pull some. Cyberpunk came out with a very buggy game. It ended up being a hit.
Yeah.
After some major changes were made.
But I'd rather a game be delayed.
Yeah,
and have
exactly.
fewer bugs.
Yeah,
Sure.
but they've pulled back a lot of their press previews and stuff, and they've said it's various factors, and they've limited the promotional materials in the game, and they've started putting out press releases about how the Black Samurai was based on a real person. I forget all the whatever. It did get review bombed pretty hard, and it seems like they're prepared. There are movements. This I have seen. There are movements to review bomb when it comes out.
Oh, I remember my DOJ story. Be careful if you're trying to do it just to get hits.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, big things at Ubisoft. Hopefully they work out everything on Assassin's Creed.
Decade low on their stock, so don't give up on Ubisoft. They have given us some good content, and they do listen. So
But continuing the video game train.
All right, I'm actually gonna do a different game than what I was gonna do before because I found this one more interesting. So I'm sure everyone remembers PT from hello there, from 2004
No.
or 2014, the Silent Hill playable trailer.
Oh.
Yeah, PT. Which, by the way, the story behind that's fascinating, and it basically involved Kojima giving a big middle finger to Konami, which I find hilarious. Anyway, though, it was released on the PlayStation Store for the PS4, PS3,
2014. PS3.
PS3, and was taken down not like pretty quickly. Like it was up for a couple weeks, but it was taken down pretty quickly, and you can't really play it anymore. But now you can actually. So there is like this also involves another game called Dream on the PlayStation. And Dream, it has like a story mode and it has all this stuff. It was developed by Media Molecule, and its bigger focus is a way for people to make games and assets for other players. And somebody by the username of Dr. Jones 20, along with the help of two other users, Ape Monkey Boy 21 and Lucifer Saint, have completely remade the playable trailer in Dream. So it is it is an updated remake basically for Dream. I have here a comparison shot of the playable trailer on top and the updated version on the bottom in Dreams.
Nerds are amazing.
There are some like graphical limitations that Dream has, so they can't add as much detail, for example. But even still,
yeah, it looks pretty good.
It is incredible. Within one day of it, or like it was released,
Jesus.
and not long after it was released, there were thousands of plays of this game. And I'm just kind of happy that, as a whole, that we have this now. Like, people can actually play it. If you have a PS4 or a PS5 with Dreams, then you can play this playable trailer version.
Nice.
And people have been giving it high reviews, and I mean, y'all saw it looks amazing. It looks pretty good, like amazing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Didn't expect to see that this morning when I woke up. First news story I saw is playable trailers available on PS5 now. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I did look it up. It was within the first year of the PS4.
Oh, okay, so PS4.
Okay.
Okay, it was PS4.
Just barely.
And if y'all are curious, please look up the story of how that happened. Basically, they locked
bonkers.
They locked Kojima in a room to finish Metal Gear Solid because otherwise he wouldn't finish it.
Yeah.
They kept trying to take phones from him because he would just sit there and text or play games because he would get distracted, and he would have another one hidden somewhere because he's a monster.
I mean, that's the vibe.
They basically just wanted him to finish the Metal Gear game he was working on so he could leave. And instead what he did was he created the PT game secretly and then secretly launched it to the PlayStation Store and then went deuces.
That's such an ADHD move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ADHD king.
Also, Chuck Palahniuk wrote a whole book about that. Like, not being able to finish your thing.
That's what that's about.
Yeah, so if y'all wanted to play it before, I think Dream is either free or very cheap.
Ooh.
From what I could find. I couldn't find a price point, so I'm sorry. But if you have it, then you can play it. Yay.
Nice.
That's all I got.
Full circle back around.
I don't have many video games. I'm done with it.
Yeah, the rest of my
Then.
stuff is television.
Then we can move on.
I have a branch. I have a bridge in something that's both. We got just the most chill trailer for The Last of Us Season 2. Just about a bunch of people hanging out
Everything's
in the
going great.
village. Everything. Joel's going to therapy. You know, Abby's somewhere. And just very, very nice. I almost started crying when I watched
You mean
it.
Ellie?
Because, like,
Ellie is somewhere.
Ellie's somewhere. Well, Abby's
wondering.
somewhere far away and not going to bother us at all, which is nice. There's no hint of what is to come. And it kind of struck me because, like, us in this space, we know what's going to happen. Like, we feel that dread. And I realized as I was watching this trailer, I don't think I'm going to watch the first episode. I'm not going to watch until I have confirmation that we've done that part and then moved on, because I can't deal with watching that scene again and that being, it's going to be the end of an episode. It's just going to be, and I can't leave it there for a week. So I'm going to have to not watch the beginning of the show, because, like, genuinely almost started crying just at the trailer of Joel talking to a therapist. It was so bad. I could not deal with it, and I forgot the gut punch that was the first 5 hours of The Last of Us Part 2. Not for, but, like, it's so truly viscerally upsetting to me that I don't know how I'm going to deal with this as a TV show.
I'm so happy with some of the ways that video games are being made into TV, where they can signal something that you know is going to happen if you've played the game, and that can be a surprise to you if you haven't. And they can just, even in a trailer, they could just put that out there. Oh yeah, it's coming. This is coming. It's going to break your heart.
You're going to be absolutely devastated.
Without,
just leave it there.
Without giving the whole game away. Like, it's cool. It's cool that they can do that, especially since supposedly they're making God of War. So, you know, like, I like it.
I will say, and this is on a release, the second season of the acclaimed drama series starring Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal returns in 2025. And that's how they're stating it.
Yes.
I will say, we watched Alien Romulus with the girl that's going to play Dina, who played, funny enough, a pregnant chick in Alien Romulus.
Sorry, I must have disassociated.
I think you did. I think you
We're
blacked
talking
out.
about Alien
okay.
Romulus.
Oh,
We're talking about Alien. It's
oh,
fine.
oh, okay. I thought we were talking about
it's
something
fine.
else.
It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Alien's fine.
Alien's fine. It was just not an upsetting movie.
I heard you mention Last of Us, but that show ended.
That's weird.
It was just a one-season show.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
And
she
they
can.
were so fine and happy.
I will say, just like Alien Romulus, she can continue to be pregnant and useless. Dina drove me absolutely crazy during that game.
Wow.
To
Okay.
be fair, in the movie, like, she wasn't really supposed to do much.
She wasn't.
She mostly didn't.
Yeah.
Except when the time came to make a bad choice, which she made.
Whoopsie.
Anyway,
Bummer for her.
she was a very good actor.
She was
very
great.
good with the
I
faces.
really liked her. Yeah. I will say, speaking of fandoms, if you're one of those people on Facebook posting all kinds of bullshit about Bella Ramsey, go fuck yourself forever.
What's wrong?
It's just
Good
a bunch
God
of
Almighty.
nonsense. Yeah.
Go outside.
Yeah.
And remember that they're still a child.
Yeah. They're like 19. So maybe mind your own business. But yeah, it's going to be just a very chill season for everybody all around.
Of what?
Of Alien Romulus.
Oh.
I guess.
Of nothing. Don't worry. It's
Of
a
nothing.
new series called The Best of Us.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
It's
you'll love it.
it's very
Oh,
uplifting.
okay. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Definitely felt what disassociation feels like for a little bit there. Kat, anything to bring
So
around
this
here?
is exciting. This is a TV thing. So,
Love that.
RoboCop.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't hear me talk about RoboCop much. I'm not a huge, 80s, 90s action movie fan for the most part. But there is a RoboCop TV series being developed at Amazon Prime with Peter Akos showrunning and James Wan as the executive producer. I don't know what kind of spooky RoboCop stuff they're
Lord.
going to do, but he only does one thing, and it will be creepy.
You could do a lot of body horror.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do a lot of body horror.
And there's what I was going.
He's a
Look,
cyborg.
The first RoboCop
Saw.
had a lot of body horror. Admittedly, I mean,
concept.
just the death scene of Alex Murphy and some of the very visceral violence in that movie. Yeah, you absolutely could. Oh boy.
And James Wan does a lot of kind of relevant to issues, but wildly weird takes on them. Police brutality,
Yeah.
capitalism, mass conglomerate joins a police department to make a RoboCop.
Yeah.
He's only in there to do
I mean, I'm a fan of the
not
franchise.
spooky, but like scary. It will be scary in some ways. I expect a lot of body horror and a lot of the continuing like, oh, robots should kill us though,
Yeah.
right? Like,
I mean, RoboCop has always done well as a franchise. As far as like, I mean, they had the movie that didn't do so well, but he's survived in like comics and
the game
toys.
was really well
Rogue
received.
City was very good. So, I can see probably Amazon looked at that and was like, we could use some of that money.
We don't have a lot of details, and James Wan's super busy right now.
Yeah,
But with
teacup.
him EPing, like I'm eyeballing this as one to check out and at least watch.
And Prime Studios has been doing pretty well with their
Yeah.
properties and everything.
Yeah, and they've done a lot of
Especially, TV.
a lot of really good TV, a lot of taking franchises, whether a video game or
Yeah.
primarily movie, and kind of Fallout was so good.
I would thought about that, about the body horror aspect of Fallout.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We don't have any dates. We have practically no information about it, but one to watch out for. Yeah, that's it.
I look forward to Scarlett Johansson playing RoboCop.
Oh Jesus! Hey,
No.
she did pretty good in Transformers One. I gotta say,
Her first
yeah.
good role in 10 years.
Yeah, a while.
girl, you twisted that knife on that one. It was the most like, I hate to give this compliment.
Yeah.
And I will do it again. I stand by that sentence.
I don't know. Dropout had Chris Grace doing
That's
Scarlett Johansson,
Yeah.
the stand-up comedian, just embodying.
Of course,
her.
then right after the movie, and I could tell she was in pain saying it because she had to admit it. Like,
Look,
okay.
I actually get very excited when actors I think are hacks now do something good. And I don't think that I say that, and I don't think ScarJo's necessarily a hack. I don't think that Disney Marvel utilized her in the way that they could. And then she just kind of got blasé with acting, which is fair because she's been forced to play the same character for so long. And then she got a new character with some other side movies she was doing and just didn't put her heart into it. And then with Transformers, she actually had fun again, so you can actually hear that.
It's nice to see.
So-
Plus, like, she got married and had kids,
Yeah.
and like, you're gonna turn into a hack if your husband's like SNL Weekend Update.
I'm gonna enjoy clipping this out for.
I do like Colin
Yeah,
Jost, but I agree with you.
Scarjo.
Like, she hasn't seemed to have her heart in it.
Yeah, I didn't recognize that it was her until like halfway through the movie.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know how I missed it, but whatever. Anyways, that's not the point of this story.
That's it for me.
Well, I got a little bit of quick movie news. Sony has been, boy, y'all have been really trying with those Marvel properties. Y'all have been just giving it your best with Madam Web and Morbius, and I don't know. I'm trying to think of other things that they do. We got Kraven the Hunter coming out. So naturally, a new deal has been struck between Marvel and Sony upon the Spider-Man license and using Tom Holland. Kevin Feige is slated now to be in more control of the next Spider-Man 4 movie, and Tom Holland being used for more of the Marvel properties. Spider-Man 4 is set to be directed by the director of Shang-Chi. It was, I can't think of his name right now, Destin Daniel Cretton. Yeah, he is confirmed to be directing that one. Now, we do have the Venom movie, its final dance, as they say, that's the one that's making you money. With Venom facing off against Null and the symbiotes coming here. Spider-Man 4 is, I think, a perfect opportunity to introduce the symbiote suit for Tom Holland.
Yeah.
We're going to have Venom maybe out of the picture, and maybe we're going in reverse. In the comics, it was going from Peter to Eddie. Maybe this goes from Eddie to Peter now. So, I don't know. You don't really have to do that. It's been done. It will be nice to do another Spider-Man movie. I thought No Way Home was really good. So.
That was a really solid movie.
And we got that brief glimpse of, this is how Peter Parker should have been. It just took him 3 stories to get there. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for more Tom Holland in the actual Marvel Studios universe and Spider-Man 4. The man, let's put him back to work. He's been slacking lately.
I like your idea about the symbiote suit because I think they had to do separate with Eddie for Venom, so you kind of get an idea of what's Venom separate from like Peter. You know,
being
it
emo.
just feels like it would be messy. And has been messy in the past
Yeah.
when they've tried to be like, oh, it's him, but in this suit.
Yeah.
And they've taken like 3 movies to kind of like Venom is both part of the person and very much not.
Yeah.
So
Specifically, they're looking to use him in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, attempting to bring back Zendaya, but not Jacob Batalon as
sucks.
Ned Leeds.
I like him.
Everybody loves Ned. Why wouldn't you bring Ned back?
and he's the
Because
best
he
Ned
doesn't
I've
fit in the
seen.
story for some reason.
They kind of wrote him out a little bit, but you know,
Well, any ensemble movie he's gonna be a little less involved in,
yeah.
especially if you want to like, you're gonna have to condense to have a mission control.
Yeah.
Can we get a cameo of him just enjoying a nice vacation like he deserves?
I'll take it.
I'd take it too.
Spider-Man 4 is expected in 2026, and the script is being written by Chris McKenna and Eric Summers currently.
Okay.
So, yay, more
I'll
Spider-Man.
trust them.
Y'all
I'll
should have
trust
jumped
them.
on this already,
I've
honestly.
I've liked the whole Spider-Man trilogy. I liked No Way Home the best. Like I'm down for them to do more
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
and I like to think that the
Just not something I
negotiations were
thought I'd
not
ever
just
say.
like one-sided Marvel. Like,
Yeah.
I think both of them like, look, we really need to get our shit together.
Yeah.
here.
It's the most watchable Peter Parker's ever
It was
been.
a
to me,
very
for
humble
sure.
negotiation, I'm sure. So, yeah, more
Especially
Spider-Man.
live action. Yep.
Cora? Dazzle us.
All right. I will dazzle you with a video game real quick that possibly only I am excited about. And that's a normal thing here on the show, and that's okay. So there is a puzzle game out there called Professor Layton. I don't know how many folks on the show have heard of that or
Not me.
are interested.
of
I
it.
literally from you.
Oh, fantastic. Glad I could be spreading the good word.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Educate us.
so Professor Layton is a puzzle game. You try to solve the mystery of what's going on while also solving all of these cool riddles and puzzles. And we're getting a new game in the series. It's been a hot minute since we've had a new game, and this one is going to be called Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. It takes place in Steam Bison, USA. Love that name, honestly. Professor Layton's little assistant, little boy, the blue hat, Luke, has moved to this town and invites the professor to come visit. And while he is visiting, there of course is a mystery to solve, and that is the mystery of the ghostly gunman King Joe, who
down.
is terrorizing the town and trying to stop the new age of steam coming in. The other thing that it has touted is that this game will have more puzzles than any game in the history of the franchise. And that scares me a little bit because just the games on the DS would have 200 puzzles. So some of them are optional, like not all of these are mandatory, but quite a few are optional, and a lot of them are all of them are fun, except for the sliding puzzles. I hate sliding puzzles. But yeah, we're gonna have more puzzles than any other game in the franchise. This is a game by Level 5. It has cute anime cutscenes, which are really fun.
It looks cozy.
It's very cozy. The music is always, even when like high stakes things are happening, it still has a warm feeling to it.
Yeah.
The music in it is just very relaxing. All of the characters are I love the designs. They're all unique.
Yeah.
Because they play with shapes as the characters instead of just like hair and stuff.
I don't mind that for a puzzle game.
Yeah.
Like, just cute, cozy vibes.
Yeah, and it's all voice acted.
Nice.
We know that the original Japanese voice actors are again coming back for the Professor and Luke. Unsure on the English, though. I doubt they would change that. It's a very
Yeah.
important thing in the game to me
Yeah.
specifically. Anyway, yes. We just have a 2025 release date coming for the Nintendo Switch. We don't have any other information, and that is okay. I will be keeping an eye out so people can try it out.
Are you going to get this score? I'm just curious.
Oh, absolutely. And I will fail 90% of the puzzles, and that's okay.
Ugh. Yeah. Baba Is You got me every single time. I was so bad at it.
The good news is with Professor Layton games that you can, as long as you're searching everything, you can find things called hint coins, and you can turn those in
That's
to
what
get
I
a
need.
free hint. And I think you get like 3 a puzzle.
Nice.
You know, I will never down when Corey brings up anything obscure as far as video games because Those clips get a lot of hits when she mentions something very obscure.
Yeah.
I think last
Al
week
Oni?
it was Al Oni, yes.
Know your marketing niche.
Like, them people heard you.
Oh yeah, the people.
They came in the chat.
All
You're talking about,
6 people
y'all
on
talking
there.
about Al Oni? No, it was not.
And
Rewatched
they
and
watched
rewatched.
it several thousand times.
And then they go, hey, somebody talking about Al Oni over here. Oh, somebody talking about Al Oni over here.
Al Oni
This is how it goes with her clips.
Was popular enough to spawn an anime, a live action,
That was
several
pretty amazing
books,
while I
a
was
manga,
looking that up last week.
a
Like,
janky phone game.
how have I not heard about this? But
We used to be the only people screaming about Sandman and Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, our show
Yeah.
became mainstream.
which, great.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, it's fine. Yeah.
all right, well, third lap. Let's get
Speaking
this.
of things that it seems like nobody else is paying attention to,
Oh,
and
wow, this
things
is-
that are being extremely poorly advertised,
That's
the
something-
season 2 of Shrinking comes out October 16th. Yeah, in like 2.5, 3 weeks. If you don't know what Shrinking is, it's the creator of Scrubs and Ted Lasso and Cougar Town. It has Jason Segel and Harrison Ford in it. If you like any of these things, please watch this show. It's so good.
It must be available on so many platforms.
It's available on one. It's on Apple TV
Oh,
Plus. It's about a grieving therapist who decides that he's had enough of regular therapy and he wants to get involved in his patients' lives. He takes somebody with anger management issues to a boxing ring so he can get out his anger on other people's faces. It's an absolutely iconic show.
got some Gen X therapy there.
Absolutely, yes. And Harrison Ford plays his mentor. And his
Boomer at his finest.
he's
So wholesome, so cranky.
at one point he says, what kind of person hugs and tells? He is just absolutely Harrison Ford at his Harrison Fordiest, and it is the best, most honest, most beautiful work I think I've ever seen him do in his life. It's such a good show.
His favorite, maybe his favorite. Like he
He
loved
said
the
this was the
script.
best script he ever read.
Wow.
He told that to Brett Goldstein, who's the story editor.
Who's,
Speaking
you
of
might
Brett
know from
Goldstein,
Ted Lasso.
yeah, he's in Ted Lasso. He plays Roy Kent, the really grumpy, really hot guy. He's going to actually be in season 2 of Shrinking, as is Damon Wayans Jr. And both of them were in the season 2 trailer. I will say Brett was beardless, which I didn't necessarily
I don't
love.
care for.
But it's an absolutely amazing show. Oh, also Jessica Williams from The Daily Show, and Krista Miller, who was in Scrubs. It's such a beautiful, wonderful show.
If you need a hit of like what the comedy is like, especially from Harrison Ford, he uses the word raw dog wrong for like a solid episode before finding out what it means.
I don't even think you should use that on the show.
He thinks it means like if somebody just comes up to you and starts talking.
And so he
It's like
says
he
she
keeps
raw
saying it.
dogged me at a restaurant, and then she came to my office and raw dogged me, and then they're like, "You can't say
I'm gonna
that
make it
here."
happen
Stop
now.
saying this.
I'm taking it.
It's
I'm
so
turning
good.
it into that.
Oh man.
It's incredible. If you have like
Y'all
an
better learn.
iPhone, you probably have so many months free of Apple TV Plus. Like they hand it out like candy, and actually is a pretty good channel.
Yeah, Ted
Shrinking
Lasso is
is
really
great.
good. Severance.
Ted Lasso,
I bought
Severance,
Apple TV.
Sunny.
Palm Springs, Sunny.
Palm Springs.
There's a show called Acapulco, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
I have a subscription to Apple TV and not used it yet. I got it strictly for
isn't
Wolf
the
Walkers, so
one
Liz
that
could watch
changes
it.
genres every episode. Isn't that one on there too?
I need to watch Monarch
After
on
Party.
there.
After Party. What?
I need to watch Monarch on there. though.
After Party's
Yeah.
a solid show.
Anyway.
Tiffany Haddish, Ben Schwartz, and a bunch of other people.
Go watch Shrinking. It's so good. It's so good.
It's only 8 episodes.
Yeah.
So easy.
Until October 16th, and there will be more.
What?
Speaking of things that we love, Deadpool and Wolverine, you may have heard of it. It did
did.
444 million as a debut, is somewhere in the ballpark of 1.3 billion. They're doing a genuine Oscar play. They are going for Oscars. I'm so happy about this. If you know me, I like a lot of things. I don't like the Oscars. The Oscars are trash. they're I probably shouldn't say that. The people
Go
don't
ahead.
watch all the movies. The categories are garbage. They've cut out.
politics.
Yeah, the politics are garbage. The way they have to like campaign for them is garbage. They always cut out comic books, horror, people of color,
Fantasy.
fantasy. Like they've done wrong by a lot of people in the past, and they're trying to change, but it's slow. But I want everything I love to get an Oscar because I feel like it'd be meaningful for them. They're going out for the Golden Globes, which is how you start that, and apparently are genuinely going out for supporting actor for Hugh Jackman.
Oh my god.
Like, I want this to happen. I want them to finally break through
Yeah.
and, like, meaningfully. This is a movie so many people watched and loved. Like, the Oscars can get off its high horse and give an Oscar to a movie that was fun to watch. Just once.
And if I was pitching to the Oscars, I would say a big thing that you do a lot of the time is you give an Oscar to an actor that you feel like deserved it for a different movie.
Leo
Hugh
DiCaprio.
Jackman, Leo DiCaprio. Hugh Jackman has been playing this role for almost 25 years, maybe 25 years this year. Anyway, over the lifetime that he has played this character, he has done so many amazing things, including Logan, including X-Men, the first one. Like, he's been playing this role for so long. He's done so many amazing things. Like, it's not just about Deadpool and Wolverine. It's about his entire run as this character and how amazing he has been.
And other times you didn't give him an Oscar. I don't think he got an Oscar for that. Who did Aronofsky film he did?
Yeah.
He was
Or the
was very
Denis
Oscar.
Villeneuve.
Or District 9.
Or District 9.
Or the Prestige.
But he's so
I
good in
think-
The Prestige, and not just that. They're also going for technical categories, which
Absolutely.
sound, production design, visual effects.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I think I know the
yes.
answer to this. Look, and I just could we get on screen for a second? Listen, to the people. Cora, could you include yourself? I
yes.
want you to
Oh,
say
yeah.
that too. To the people that the Oscar committee, you need new blood. You need people with an appreciation, sometimes a more simplistic view of the movies. And I think that there are 4 people that are willing to help you guys out, that would be willing to offer you that insight that you may be sorely lacking. And that is the crew of SCNS Live. We are ready. We are a phone call, email, text away. Just right here, guys. We got you. Just let us do it. We'll get you taken care of. We don't want any prestige.
Give him your email, Jason.
Huh?
They might not have your email.
Jason, you put up your hand.
Did it zoom? Did I pull a Jordan the Stallion? Come on.
Yes. Yeah, you said come here, and then the camera zoomed in.
Amazing.
That's gorgeous. Oh, I love it so much.
To the Oscar committee, we are ready. We are here. And we are waiting.
You do look like that guy that knelt next to Magic the Gathering butts.
Oh, wait, can you
That
just do
meme.
the...
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
we will make
Please
you.
fix our camera, Cora. I'm so sorry.
right,
I
somebody-
saw it move, and actually, like, what the hell just happened? I thought you did that.
It's a ghost.
It's very PSA.
Jason,
We're willing to invest our expertise and make you
put
relevant.
your hand up so that it doesn't do that again.
Okay, let me do this.
Turn off your robot.
You might need to bring up the InstaLink program. I'm so sorry for that.
No, that was weirdly iconic.
I didn't mean for it to do it. Okay.
Jason's
Probably.
trying to ruin the show.
I have totally thrown the show off.
Yeah, I don't have a way to fix this.
I'll just if you bring up the InstaLink
I
program.
know that.
Okay, well. Do it.
I don't have a way to fix this and still do the production.
Fair.
Just,
stuff.
oh, was I up next? Okay, you can just leave it on there while you fix the camera. I'm once again very apologetic of what my jackass did. I did not know.
I love it.
I love it.
love it.
I
I
can't
think
wait
it's
to
That
see
was
the
that was
clip.
probably one of the best screw ups that we had on the show. Yeah, you'll have to put like the InstaLink in preview. Anyway,
Go.
Oopsie.
okay. So speaking of things that maybe have not been getting the press that they should or should have gotten, Hellboy the Crooked Man trailer came out a couple of months ago, and we kind of looked at this and said, okay, it looks a little low budget, but the Hellboy the Crooked Man story is absolutely one of my favorite Hellboy stories. So I kind of looked at this and said, maybe I can give this a chance, and I don't know if I can. I do want to point out that we were offered a couple of interview opportunities for it at San Diego Comic-Con, and unfortunately, just due to everything that we had going on, we were unable to make it. And I think some of that may have affected this movie, which I have seen no press as far as online, except for online trailers of it and everything. Well, this movie will not be coming to theaters now. This movie will be going straight to video on demand. It is going to come out Tuesday, October 8th, on all video on demand platforms. And I honestly can kind of understand a little bit. This
The
looks
press team dropped the ball a little
but
too.
you guys made the point about horror. Sometimes you can do amazing things at low budget with horror. So that's why I was willing to give this a chance. It's a solid storyline from Mike Mignola, one of my favorite Hellboy stories, by the way. Very spooky, very creepy, but man, those special effects were just that the prosthetics and makeup. He didn't look. He looked like we have Hellboy at home. I'm sorry, I can't. And I was willing to give it a chance, but now I think it's a video on demand now. I mean, yeah, I'll still watch it. But I had, looking at that trailer and them saying this was coming to theaters, some of my mind was like, is this really a movie?
Yeah.
A cinema? I think you were punching above your weight class just a little bit. Cora is amazing, by the way, guys. Give her some props there.
Which is so weird. Cass and I have worked on production sets for horror franchises, and we've done practical effects. I've gotten thrown into makeup when makeup people didn't show up. It's not that hard. Like, prosthetics, big prosthetics do take a long time, but, like, it was wild to me, too, how, like, low budget
And that's the other thing. The first and second Hellboys relied a lot on practical effects and very good makeup and everything. And that bar has not been cleared yet. The David Harbour movie was not as good. No. It did not stand up. Hellboy and the Golden Arm was probably the best Hellboy movie that they made. Closer to the source material, really nailed what the characters were about. And nothing has been able to exceed that. They should have really you should have just done Hellboy 3 while you had the opportunity, but instead we did the Harbour movie. And
what it screams to me is time crunch, because you have to re-glue prosthetics a lot of the time, and like gluing them, even an amateur can do a decent gluing down of prosthetics with enough time, but all practical effects take time. And the more you try and rush to get your shot and reshoot, and the more you rush, the worse it looks. So I think they crunched the time period they were trying to do production.
And I can't wrap my brain around, like, the Hellboy Crooked Man. He looks like the Looney Tunes little devil character that they would have every now and then. Hellboy has a very pronounced chin.
Yeah.
It's like you have to nail that profile.
Yeah.
You have to, or he just looks like Wish Hellboy. So, yeah. Going to video on demand, not going to be making theaters. I'm still willing to give this a chance. And at this price point, probably.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Hellboy the Crooked Man, not ready for the big leagues.
They should have gotten that guy from Interview with the Vampire with the chin.
Yeah.
And no one's going to like me saying that, but I'm still excited because Mike Mignola is involved in it, and, you know, it's his baby. So I think it's gonna have that feel of Hellboy, but it ain't gonna look like it, that's for sure.
So close your eyes.
That's how I do a vlog.
We have Hellboy at home.
That's peak.
Cora, can you bring us up from my kind of bitch fest there?
No, because I'm going to bring in my own.
It's a different bitch fest.
It is a different bitch fest. So this week, as of this show, September 22nd through the 28th of 2024, is Banned Book Week. And I want to explain that this is not a week where we celebrate that books are being banned, but...
Maybe you don't.
I hope you're not. But instead, we look at the books that are being banned, read them anyway, because you can't tell us what to read, and also just acknowledge that this is a problem and it's just getting worse. So, like, as a little bit of a history, the first banned book week was in 1982.
They missed it by 2 years.
It it was established by Judith Krug. She was the head of the American Library Association's Office for Intellectual Freedom and executive director of the Freedom to Read Foundation. So, perfect person for this. She received a request from the Association of American Publishers to bring banned books to the public after there were a slew of banned books, which included Catcher in the Rye, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Mother Goose, The Flowers for Algernon, and so on and so forth. 6 weeks later, we had our first banned book week. She works fast.
That's a movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring up the 10 most contested books of 2024.
Ooh.
Oh.
And why they were banned. I'm going to start from 10 and I'm going to go down.
David Letterman style.
Yes. Here, let me go ahead and move it to the dual cam so we can get y'all's reactions to some of these.
I'm ready to be baffled.
So, number 10 is Sold by Patricia McCormick for claimed sexually explicit content and rape. I just from the cover, I already know what this book is about.
What is it about?
Selling children.
Oh. It's our rough content. We should ignore it and never talk about it.
Yeah,
That'll
never talk
prevent
about it. Number 9 is Let's Talk About It by Erica Moen and Matthew Nolan.
Apparently, let's not.
It's gotta be for sexuality.
It's claimed sexually explicit content, sex education, LGBTQIA plus content as well. It is a book about puberty.
Cool.
Glad to know that we're banning books about puberty.
Yep.
The next two are ones that were tied. So number 8, we have Tricks by Ellen Hopkins. Again, claimed sexual content, drugs, rape, LGBT content. And some of these where it's like sexual content and rape, I do wonder what they mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very unclear what that means. Because it could just be someone mentions this and they would still claim it.
Yeah. Also, when it's when queer people are mentioned and rape's also mentioned, I side eye because a lot of that kind of stuff they just label.
Yeah. Without evidence of that, actually. Yeah.
All right. The next one that was tied with it is Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews.
Why?
Claimed sexual explicit content and profanity.
Off. Yeah.
I don't know if that one is.
Yeah, I've seen the movie. I've never read the book, but yeah, they can fuck off.
Number 6 is The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. This one had a pretty length, or one of the lengthier like lists, quote unquote. Rape, incest, claimed explicit content, and equality, diversity, and inclusion, which they have as
they
EDI.
Just said that they.
Yeah,
we didn't like that this book promoted equality, so we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, love this. Love
They just
this.
said it, huh? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I'm saying the quiet parts now.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 5, Flamer by Mike Corrado.
You don't have to explain anything about that.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
could it possibly be banned for?
LGBTQIA plus and claimed sexual content.
Yeah.
This one, and this is the one that actually shocked me. I didn't expect to see it because it's been a bestseller for so long. The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
That,
Yeah.
I know about that one. Yep.
Yeah, by Stephen Chopsky.
You
Wait. LGBTQIA,
Uh-huh.
rape,
Uh-huh.
incest.
No incest.
Oh, that's the movie, not the book.
Claimed sexual content along with
Sexual
You could
content.
claim child abuse
You could take, yeah.
Yep.
or
Yeah, this,
isolation.
no,
like-
this clip's getting demonetized. We know that.
I don't give a damn.
Okay.
Keep going.
Abuse was not one of them. One of the reasons. The other
So they
two.
didn't read the book. Okay.
The other 2 reasons are drugs and
never did.
profanity.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
To drugs.
Number 3.
Well, cheers our juice glasses.
To no one's shock after hearing the rest of that is This Book is Gay
Yeah.
by Juno Dawson, which That's a great title for a book.
Yeah.
Is that the one? It has very cartoony.
Yes.
Yeah, but it is
I believe so.
young adult
Yeah.
book,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Again, LGBTQA and sexual content.
Yeah.
Number 2 is All Boys Aren't Blue
Yeah.
by George M. Johnson. LGBTQA, sexually explicit content, blah, blah, blah. The next one, same reasons to be banned, but Gender Queer, a Memoir by Maya Kobabe. Again, like, the trend is if it's gay, or if it's inclusive, or if we're talking about puberty.
Can I point
No.
out just a few on the list?
Yes.
One are the trilogy from Margaret Atwood, famously known for written The Handmaid's Tale,
Yeah.
which seems like we need to kill like what could be a possible warning label. Just saying, It from Stephen King is on this ban list, by the way.
That is
And
not surprising.
hey, let's talk about some inclusion here. Assassination Classroom is on here, all
Yeah,
volumes.
the whole...
Oh.
Nice.
Also notable, To Kill a Mockingbird,
Yes.
The Lord of the Rings.
Yep. Actually,
There-
those were banned during the year the first banned book week came out.
They're banning 1984 in places, which is
is-
so funny.
So,
It's meta, is what it is.
The American Library Association found that last year, Texas banned 2,350 books. If you're banning this many books, you are in the wrong.
And how many places is the Old Testament one of them?
The Bible is actually banned from several.
Based
I
on the
saw
criteria.
somebody in
Anyway.
Florida.
Yeah.
And I'll say I'm a person of faith. The hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Like, there is a fantastic Jimmy Kimmel clip where they got LeVar Burton to do a Reading Rainbow thing about books you can't read anymore. You should look that up on the internet.
I'll welcome our demonetization on this one, by the
Yeah.
way. So,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I will
go
say,
read the books that are banned. All of them.
Stephen King said if a book's banned, read it. There's
Yeah.
something they don't want you to know. And I will say, like, not all books are age appropriate for all people. That's what parenting is for.
Mhm.
Also, what reading levels are for.
There,
I believe I've spoke about getting involved in your children's lives and what kind of media they're ingesting.
They're doing the same thing
It's
as
work.
they are with the internet. Like, they're just trying to be like,
It is
oh.
work.
Yeah. What are you saying?
hold on, I have a sneeze coming.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
This
Well,
makes
you
me
sneeze.
so mad. Children need to
Go
be
ahead.
exposed to a lot of different things, and their parents should keep an eye on them.
Yes, there were a couple on here that I think are just absolutely stupid in terms of like books that are banned, because the reasoning they're banned is stupid to me, and that is Winnie the Pooh and Charlotte's Web.
What?
They are both banned because animals shouldn't talk. God gave humans that right.
Who the hell?
Animals are not on the same level as humans. That's the reasoning.
Just
That's
say that you don't want
legitimately
your
the
kid
reason.
to have an imagination.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just
like,
come out and
Winnie
say
the
it.
Pooh, they're not animals. They're
They're
toys.
Boring, man.
Toys.
Charlotte's
Yes.
Web was
Explicitly a kid playing with his toys.
one of my favorite friggin'
Charlotte's
books.
Web.
Is Charlotte Web.
Charlotte's Web.
Yeah,
Slaps.
Charlotte's Web's great.
Charlotte's Web, I can't help you. like,
Like,
they're
go-
talking animals.
And
Templeton.
And it doesn't matter if it's. We could sit here all day and like, oh yeah, I can see why our Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was banned. Like, I could see why. I don't agree with it because
I think again we're talking
Doesn't
about
matter.
reading level. Like Scary
Yeah.
Stories to Tell in the Dark is appropriate for the reading level that it is.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
a true story. I used to go to my cousin's house for Christmas, and he had Goosebumps books, which I would read, but my mom never allowed them in the house. And yes, I scared the crap out of myself. She was probably right not to have them in the house. I did read them there, but like, book bans don't have to be a part of any of this. Like, know your kids
Yeah.
and help them grow up maturely, but banning them from information, especially the puberty ones, get me the most. Is
Yeah.
somebody has to tell them, and
you're not
these
gonna do it.
parents aren't the ones who talk to
I
them.
mean,
every year puberty books are banned.
as the one parent in the room,
Yeah.
sometimes you got to talk to your kids. Sometimes you got to have some uncomfortable conversations. I have two that are teenagers now.
Yeah.
It's not going to get any
Two
easier.
teenagers now. Recently, two teenagers.
Thank you. I depressed myself. Anyway, Instead, work with your kids. Don't just do this. And look, I'll admit, at a young age, I lived with my grandparents quite a few times, and they were big readers. And there were Stephen King books I probably should not have read. I was reading them with a flashlight underneath the blanket in the middle of the night. I probably shouldn't have read it at the age I did, but I did.
I read a bunch of books that were
I turned out okay.
a lot of Christian, but like
There's a-
mature in nature.
I'm a bad example.
There's a Christian version of Stephen King, a very talented writer named Frank Peretti, and I read his scary stuff. One of them was called The Oath. It scared the shit out of me, but it was, you have to learn to deal with your own fear too, and like,
when I was-
parenting, it must
Stop
suck
banning
sometimes.
books.
When I was
And
12,
be a
I was
parent.
reading Christian books about prostitution. Like, you have to be mature enough to understand this, or talk to your children. Yeah.
Ban books. Almost no book should be banned. Maybe a few here and there for like explosives or self-harm. Maybe.
Knowledge is always going to be power.
Yeah.
So.
In the end, like these are banned from schools. They're not banned from public libraries.
Right.
Some are, but for the most part, it's banned from schools.
They're coming for public libraries. It's been a big
they
thing.
want it.
They want it, but
I'm just going to say vote.
if you want recommendations on some banned books to read, every bookstore that has a website has been, like every year they post, like, here's the section for banned books. So you can like go through, see it. Your local library will also have a section
That's
for banned
freaking
books.
metal as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like-
read the banned books.
Yeah. If you don't see a section like or anything set up for it, I guarantee the librarian will be more than happy to show you the contraband, which is the banned books. Jason, please stop moving. The camera is moving with you. I can't make it stop.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It did a quick snap, and I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll sit my ass still.
If you want more information on Banned Book Week and what you can do to maybe stop the books from getting banned, you can check out the American Library Association's website at ala.org, and they will have all the information that you could possibly want.
And support tiny libraries. Tiny libraries are the coolest movement I've ever seen.
Hey, you know what
If
you
you
can-
want to ban a book, only ban that one Encyclopedia Brown where he puts the peanut butter in the girl's hair. It's a boring book, and I don't like the mysteries.
And also,
Ban that one.
Also, if you want to buy the book and don't want to buy from a big chain store, buy from your local used bookstores.
Absolutely.
We have half price books here in Texas. If you have one in your local store, or even maybe if you find some of these banned books at the Goodwill or anything like that, get them there.
And ask your
Recycle.
library if they do days where they do sales of their overflows or
Hey,
whatever.
you know what else you can do at a library in Texas? Register to vote.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey. Oh no, camera.
I do have a library card.
Did it move again? Jesus.
It moved all the way over here to me now.
Oh, well.
Hi.
Okay, there she is.
But yes, vote.
I'll
And
just come over this
We
way.
would never tell you which way to vote, but
make
like
sure you do
purple
it.
and blue are my favorite colors, and you vote in Texas.
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
just move over a little bit. There you go. Oh, never mind. She fixed it.
No, I didn't touch it. It's fixing itself.
Okay.
We-
I'm
we-
just going to stop moving until we turn off the...
It's fixing
The
itself.
motion-
Does it have any tips on how to do that?
No.
Therapy.
All right, well, that's it. That's our show, guys. Tune in Saturday. We are playing some D&D, going back to Tirana. Come join the gang. Of course, check out clips of the show. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. I really want to get there because I think we, they're ticking up. Thank you guys for watching all the short form videos. We appreciate it. And of course, check out supercoolnerdshow.com. You can find us on all the socials at SCNS Live. If you want to follow us personally, you can follow me at Jason the X.
You can find me at BetterCat.
Instagram's a good cast.
Twitter and Instagram at CoroDonoArt.
Okay, that's it for us. We'll see you next week. Bye, camera. It just went over there. Hey, I'm gonna come over there.
What does it say?
Get
What does
back
the
over
camera
here.
say?
Keep on nerding.
Keep on nerding!
Don't come back over here.
Hey, shut off this demon production.
It's down here.
Trying.